So this is the unit 5 of Top Notch 3. So please, Anna, could you read the communication goals?
Communication goals. 1. Convey a message. 2. Tell someone about the news. 3. Describe natural disasters. Prepare for an emergency.
Very good. So now let's take a look at some historic disasters. Could you read number 1?
I read it.
Yes.
The influenza epidemic of 1918 to 1919 left an estimated 25 million people dead worldwide.
Very good. So then you call it an epidemic, right? When it's maybe in a very specific place. And in this case, for the COVID, that was a pandemic because it was in a lot of places. Left and estimated. This is a word we always use para decir dejó un estimado. Remember, million is always singular. It's not millions, right? It's 1 million, 2 million, 25 million. Worldwide, in the whole world. So do you have any idea about COVID? How many people die because of COVID?
I don't know, but I think that too many people die about that illness because it was along all the war.
Right, and it lasts too long, even now.
Yes.
Okay, now so let's take a look at the next one.
Between 2010 and 2012, 260 people died in Somalia in one of the worst food shortages in modern history.
A food shortage, remember these words ending like this? It's more pronounced like each. Shortage, shortages, shortages. So a food shortages, it means there is not enough food, right? We can have water shortages. We can have electricity shortages. It means we don't have a supply, when people don't have a supply of food, electricity, or water. And then you call it shortage. In this case, it was for a long time shortages. It's like it's not the translation, pero es como recortes. It's not enough, right? Do you know or have you heard any news about food shortages or water shortages or electricity shortages?
Yes, in the electricity shortage in some places of and about some shortage of food shortage and in Africa.
Exactly. So these are the shortages. Maritza, welcome. Maritza, hope you can hear me well. I hope so. Okay. Yes. So now a blizzard, a blizzard is this. La tormenta de nieve. And now it's getting very cold in Canada and some parts of the US. Hi, Maritza. Can you hear me well?
Oh, I can hear you very well.
Okay, I hope you can read, Maritza. Can you read this part about blizzards?
Okay. In February 2013, a major blizzard hit the northeastern USA with heavy snowfall and high winds. Snowfall in some areas reached 100 centimeters, causing travel delays, school closures,
Very good. power outages. So this is a blizzard, you see? And I think at the moment there are some blizzards. Have you heard about the situation in Canada, Anna?
Our outage.
A little,
Okay.
just a little bit. I don't know too much about it.
No? What about you, Marisa? Have you heard about this or have you seen in the news the situation of there are some blizzards and it's really cold and there are heavy snowfalls in Canada and the USA at the moment?
At this moment, I didn't heard news about the climate, the the stations and about the snowfall. I don't know.
I will prepare a class on this. It's very interesting. It's about the polar Arctic. Something is happening there because of the climate change. And therefore, now in Canada, they have minus 50 degrees, which is a lot colder than other years. So let me write it. Right, so when you have a blizzard, hurricane, or floods, I don't know, any other kind, like, yeah, basically blizzards, hurricanes, you can use the verb hit, right? Hit normally is like golpear, but you can say also the COVID hit people, you know? It's like you were not expecting this to happen, it hits you. So you can use the verb hit. Okay, so now let's take a look at this. Anna, have you ever, what other disasters have you ever heard? So we have influenza, blizzards, food shortages. What other disasters, what other natural disasters have you heard?
Like tsunamis.
Which one?
Tsunamis.
Tsunamis, right? Marixa, any other natural disaster?
Hurricanes.
Hurricanes, very good, very good.
Hurricanes.
Have you ever
Yes.
experienced, Marixa, a natural disaster? Have you ever been in a place where a natural disaster occurs?
Oh, another. Oh, I didn't remember.
I think so. The earthquake.
Oh, the earthquake. Yes, yes. Yes.
Can you
I was living at the third floor. Yes, I felt very. I
I think Marix's connection is
I don't worry.
right. So, and what about you, Anna? Have you ever experienced a natural disaster?
Well, an earthquake. I experienced an earthquake in my department. I live in an apartment, so I had and I felt it like everything is gonna destroy and fell into me. So I was very scared.
And how old were you, Anna, when that happened?
I think 10 or 9.
Right, you were much younger, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now we have these 3 questions. So Marixa, choose a question and ask Anna. So Anna, sorry, choose a question and ask Marixa one of these questions.
Stories about natural disasters such as pandemic, famines, and weather emergencies appear in the news. Are you interested in knowing about them? Why or why not?
Take a look. When stories about natural disasters such as epidemics, famines es hambruna, weather emergency appears in the news, Marixa, are you interested in knowing about natural disasters or not, and why?
Oh, can you repeat the question?
Right, it's this question. So could you repeat the question, Anna? But try to speak slowly.
When about natural disasters such as epidemic, famines, famines, and weather emergencies appear in the news. Are you interested in about them? Why or why not?
Do you like that content or you don't like it?
Oh, I am very interested about the natural disaster
Why?
because it is important for me to maintain information about the situations that happen over the world. Because for my work, I need to travel to any country, and I need to know the information. And one another reason is for my personal inter
Is your personal interest? Since the connection is a little bit out, so let's check some
about these topics because I don't hear very I didn't hear very well.
Oh, I'm not talking. I hope the connection, Maritza, it's like it's a little bit like you're cutting off, but let's see. Some things that you just mentioned, Maritza, take a look. I want to keep well informed. Eso es como mantenerse bien informado. So instead of maintain, I want to keep well informed about the things that are going on, right? And then it's not for my job. No, it's because of my job. I need to be or to keep well informed because I traveled. You say, I travel to any country. So in this case, it's not, oh my God, Maritza lost connection. Anna, why is not I travel to any country, but I travel to?
I travel to it's because
I travel to some countries. I travel to some countries. Or you can say even, Maritza, I travel to different countries. Any es lo que sea cuando se usa en afirmativo. So when you use any in affirmative context, means lo que sea. Oh, do you prefer Coke or tea or coffee? And you say any. I'm okay. Any is like any of them, right? Then you use any for negative sentences or for questions, right? Most of the time. But when you use as affirmative,
Okay.
it means lo que sea. So most of the time, use any with negative and with questions, right? So let's answer the next question. So next question is for you, number 2. Maritza, can you please read the question to Anna? Question number 2.
Okay. Yeah. Why do newspapers often put stories like this on?
I think that newspapers put stories in the because they have to take the attention public of the public area, and it needs to be to buy the newspaper and read the information. It has attention about them.
Very good. Very good. So, because people will like negative things, I guess. So, but instead of take people's attention, you want to catch. Catch is a better verb, right? I want to catch the attention. This is a verb, catch. And when something is like llamativo, you say, oh, it's so catchy. So it means it catches your attention, right? Take, no? Take is tomar algo. I take the phone. You take something. But you want to catch people's attention. Very good. And the last question, Anna, please ask Maritza. Number
Not all disasters are caused by nature. What are some other kinds of disasters? What are some of their causes?
Oh. For example, how do you say deslaves?
Landslides.
Landslide.
Landslides.
Landslides. For example, landslides, it happens or it occurs when
I think now.
is when you hear me?
Really, somehow, but not really well. So, like the voice is coming and going, right? Oh, let me check. I think we were not.
Oh, all right.
So let's see now the photo story. So Anna, what are the photos about?
I think about a car crash, like something like that.
And what's the relationship between them? Are they?
I don't know, friends, family members. They look that they are in a house.
It looks like they're in a house, right? So now we're going to listen. We're going to listen, and then we're going to to see some of the new words.
Read and listen to a conversation about a natural disaster.
Oh my goodness, take a look at this.
Why? What's going on?
There's this enormous flood in Slovakia. Look at these people on the roof. The water's up to the second floor. And look at these cars. I sure hope there was no one in them.
That sounds horrendous. Any word on casualties?
It says no.
Any new words in this? Any new words? Let me zoom in again, so maybe it's a little bit now. Any new words?
Any word on casualty?
Right, casualties. Casualties. What do you think is casualties?
Like,
I think it's no reports of death or injuries so far. So casualties is more like the number of people. So if people got injured or if there are some people who pass away because of a disaster, these are casualties, right? It's not casualidad, looks like, but it means it refers to the number of people who have been injured or who maybe died, right? So this is, okay, let's see. Now, please, Anna, could you read Rachel's?
Rachel, it says no reports of death or injury so far, but it's in the middle of a city. For the death toll could end up being huge.
What is the death toll?
I don't know.
Because of the context. Also, Maritza, why? Because of the context, what is the meaning of death toll?
Like the percentage of death.
Number of people who die. Very good. The number of people who died. Now let's listen.
No reports of deaths or injuries so far, but it's in the middle of a city, for goodness sake. The death toll could end up being huge.
And can you imagine the property damage?
Well, they estimate almost 50% of the houses in town are underwater already.
What a disaster.
I wonder how this flood compares to the one they had in New Orleans a few years back. Remember that?
You bet I do. How could anyone forget? And that flooded almost half the city, too.
Let's turn on CNN. They usually have breaking news about stuff like this.
Okay, so let's take a look at some vocabulary here, right? So, Marixa, could you read number 1?
Okay.
Number 1.
2 words that mean very big are
We have 2 words that mean very big. So,
enormous
enormous, very good.
and another word is the horrendous.
No, horrendous is like, I think the other word, also Anna, you can help if you find the other word.
For me, is huge.
Huge, very good. So enormous, I don't find huge, but
It's in the second conversation, in the part of Rachel.
Very good. So enormous, enormous, and huge. Very good. These are 2 words that means very big. It's huge, enormous, and horrendous.
Enormous.
Terrible, right? It sounds horrendous. So number 2, please, Anna.
I can see it. I can see it.
You can see it. Let me.
No, now I see it. Okay.
Okay,
The number.
Put it like this.
The number of. The number of indicate people who are injured or killed in an event. Casualties.
Very good. This is the number of casualties. Indicates the number of people who are injured or killed in an event. Very good. Next, how Marixa gets connection. Marixa, number 3 for you. This number 3. And for you, Anna, number 4. So, Marixa, I don't know if your connection is okay, but can you read number 3? No? Yes? Other? So what is this 2-word phrase that means destructions of harm to buildings? Also, Anna, you can say it. Number 3, Marixa or Anna? Marixa. So, Anna, number 3.
A 2-word phrase that means the destruction of or harm to building, car, and other things that belong to victim of an event is property damage.
Very good. Property damage. Remember, it's not damage, damage. Como una I que no suena fuerte. Damage.
Damage.
Damage. Very good. And the last one, Anna?
A 2-word expression that is used to describe the first new important event that is happening at the present is
when you have news and these are very important, how you call news that are very important. Also breaking news, right? So in November, what about the breaking news? What kind of breaking news we had in November?
I didn't see it too many times the breaking news.
But
I
what event happened from the end of November to December? It's a huge event related to sports.
I don't know. I don't know.
Related to sports.
Olympic Games.
And was fabulous for Argentina.
The Copa Mundial.
The World Cup.
The World Cup.
Very good. So the World Cup wasn't the breaking news because it was so important and so interesting, right? So now let's take a look at this and let's speak a little bit on this. So what are advantages or disadvantages? Choose one of these. So which is the best now at the moment for you, Anna? What is the best source of information? Word of mouth is people telling you things, right? You got information because of people.
For me, it's the internet news site.
Which news sites do you visit or social media? I don't know.
Like Microsoft Edge, it give you some news about actors, actresses. Like I don't know how, which movie is gonna something like that. Like
They give you information about actors and actresses and
word problems, like there's some layer.
layers. What do you mean?
La capa de ozono. I don't remember how